viewers. My name is Tracy.
My name is Nancy. Once again, we are here because we want to discuss something that has been very close to our hearts. Tracy is my daughter, and we thank God for giving us this chance. Personally, I can say I have always wanted to have a feel, not just for my daughter, but even back all my life, I've always wanted to listen to young people. I feel strongly they keep communicating, but sometimes we don't understand or we don't listen. I remember one time my son's friend came and brought me an article from a newspaper, and I'll never forget the statement he told me. He told me, "You people don't trust us." I was like, oh no. I wished, like, I want them to feel that we are part of their lives. It's not like them against us. So I want Tracy to give us an overview of what she thinks or she expects. Hopefully she is representing the other group while I stand on this other side of the game.
Okay, so we'll start with discipline. For discipline comes first in a child's entire life, and you find, for me, if I say as a youth, what all youth expect from parents when it comes to discipline is to tell them before even they do anything wrong, before even they go out to the world, to be taught some moral values inside in the house. Let's say, like, you tell them don't do this, and you also tell them the reason why not to do these things. Instead of waiting when they have done something wrong, that's when you start teaching them discipline. It can go so wrongly, because they'll think that that's what is right, because now they are used to that life, and now you're coming to tell them it's not right. So to transition can be sometimes hard.
Yeah, that. I just want to mention something. My kids or my children always used to tell me, "Mom, don't tell us not what to do, tell us what to do." And I'm like, okay, that now kept me thinking. We tell them not what to do, but we're not careful in telling them what they should do, because what they should do, they will stop doing, they'll get it right. It's like they want to get it right, but since we probably keep on saying, like she has just said, when they make a mistake, they don't do that. So they from the horse's mouth, they want to hear what they need to do. Not just telling them what not to do, or better still, telling them how to do it.
Yeah, because sometimes you might find that you're just telling them don't do that, so they'll go out and now figure out something else that they're supposed to do, and might be wrong. But if you have helped them by telling them what they should have done, it will be much more easier than them going outside the world and finding out what they're supposed to do. So, second one is chores. When it comes to the chores in the house, we find that some parents are really harsh on their children. That let's say, like, for example, if the child does not do the chores that day they were supposed to, you find the parents being so harsh on them and not telling them in a kind of a correcting loving way. So they it starts putting bitterness and angriness inside of them, and you don't want that to grow in your child, because they now start hating you, and even they will not even listen to you even more because of that bitterness growing inside of them. So yeah.
Okay, like, let me understand. When your parent your parents tell you to do something and you don't do, mostly, let me tell you for a fact, some of us think you're rebellious, right? Would you make us understand why sometimes you want us to believe that all is well and you didn't do your chores?
It comes with just being good. You even find that even you yourselves, when you do something wrong, you don't want to be shouted at. You don't want someone coming with such a negative attitude towards correcting you. You won't even get, instead you'll get the negativity and even hate the person who's correcting you. And if someone will have come so nicely to you and telling you, you know, when you're doing this, you're supposed to do this and that, or you next time when I'm telling you to do the chores, do it because you tell them the reason why you're telling them to do the chores. So
I support you around 80%. Of course, the 20% I don't, because I also want to believe we are hoping for the best. But if the worst happens, we have to prepare because we have trust in you that you are still growing, and in the future you will be a better us. Okay, but I would want to say this: children, when you're relating with the children, you have to have a mentality that, like you are hired, the way you relate with your boss, there is that seniority kind of a feeling. You don't, just the way you would not want your boss to come and shout at you. If the boss shouts at you, you shut down, right? You might have tried your level best, but when your boss shouts at you, there is a demoralizing effect on yourself. And because you wanted, mostly actually it's understood that kids like to be told when they do good, and it is been confirmed that when you tell them they're doing good, they do better. Motivation.
yeah.
So I think what Tracy is trying to put across is that whatever they do, understand they're still growing. Don't be a demotivating tool, because if you demotivate them too much, you'll be unable to help them raise their esteem, right? In the process, you either get very demotivated children or even others rebel. Tracy, let's go to the next one.
Or just a point to add on, you find that even let's say like you're telling a child to do a chore, and you find let's say like the floors are clean or the carpet is clean, more like 90% of the house is clean, maybe 10% is just a little touch-ups. You find the parents come in the house and all they look for is the mistake you have done. They never acknowledge even the good that you have done. So you find like what you did was just nothing. So for me, I'll say first start with acknowledging what they have done right, and then now when you're telling them, oh, and don't forget that the windows a little bit, someone wipes the windows, and now they'll find, oh yeah, next time they'll even remember it to themselves then. So
wow, wonderful. I honestly, as she says that, I was telling my friend, if the only thing you see is the things that have not been done, you destroy what was done. If you don't accept and acknowledge when somebody anywhere, it's not just the children, actually even us at wherever, when you're at work or wherever, the way you feel towards grown-ups, the way you want them to at least appreciate you. If you don't, you're just making them feel like, after all, if I'm not appreciated, why even try? We have had people work with very bad attitudes just because somebody decided not to recognize what they do. So what she has said is very true, and parents, honestly, I beg you, appreciate what they do. I have seen children, in fact children from the age of 2 to around 13, they are known to do their best when they are encouraged. You even overlook some things. You only concentrate on the good things to a very good extent. As much as you are waiting for a chance to correct the bad part, you really motivate them. And they even, by the way, when you motivate them, they even do things you didn't ask them to do. So it's all a mind game, right? When you bring up these children, you have to make sure that they trust you, so that they can be able to go a notch higher, and they see you like you. I mean, I don't know how to put it. They will really be happy to make you happy, right?
true.
Let's go on.
So we're going to the school now, and we're entering the school sector. I'll say, using an example of my friend who once told me that the reason why they're in doctoring, like the reason why they want to choose the major of doctoring is because their parent told them they're supposed to do this because that is, to carry on the generational thing that was going on. But this person has something else that was put inside of him to become somebody else who they feel the passion of doing this, and you find the person is not really even concentrating, is not passing well the studies, and so parents ask themselves, what's wrong with my child? They look healthy, they look fine, nothing is bothering them, but deep down inside it's just because of them being put something that was not meant for them to be done for.
True. What Tracy, I think she's saying, and that many of us have an idea, if you don't know your children, or if like we are saying, you want them to just function for your fulfillment. If you want them to, if it's in the house, the way you relate with them, you do things for a friend. Somebody say you go out of your way for a friend. Honestly, I have not been able to come into terms to a parent insisting and telling the child what course to take. I have tried to understand, I don't, because this one should come from the children. And people, if this child has been your friend and has been into your hands as you nurture them, over time, you're sure you can tell, and you are just in agreement what they want to do, because it kind of unveils itself. So the thought of you saying that this family does this profession may never arise if you had been able to watch your child personally and know their traits. Over time, you'll be able to know what is best for them, not by you telling them. Anyway, there are so many skills, but the bottom line is probably what Tracy is trying to make clear, is that when they tell you they want to do this course, help them, even see a counselor with them, but don't tell them you must do this. I have never come into terms with that. I don't really understand, because at age 18 their traits should be very clear, right? So we will not talk much.
Yeah, even just to add another thing in the school areas is that when there are like events and events in the schools, try to avail yourselves to go and enjoy the times that they have in the schools, because you find some kid feeling that, okay, my parent did not come in my basketball game, did not come in this event. They feel like their parents are not appreciating them while being in these certain areas, and so their low esteem goes lower, even thinking, okay, school then does not matter if my parents does not acknowledge it. Because some children, the things they do is for their parents to find joy in them, to have that togetherness in certain areas. So
go on, talk more. Say something
I
else.
don't have.
No, you have to have something else. That's awesome. I think Tracy should have had the full airtime on this, because she's saying things she can relate with and things that are touchy. Because like when she talks of, most of us parents don't like when going to school meetings and stuff. Now you're challenged, because when you walk down this road with them, some things will not be a bother. They will not trouble you. You will automatically know what they are best at. Anyway, for today we're gonna stop at that, and we hope somebody has benefited, because children are just passing through our hands, and it will be so unfortunate when they pass through our hands and then you say, I wish I did this, and remember, when you're saying that, it's a life that has messed up. What do you want to say?
No, nothing.
It's a life that has been messed up.
Yes.
Okay. Hey, yes, today you're yes. Okay, we end up there.
So thank you so much for watching, and I hope this message spoke to you.
Next time I'll let Tracy talk all the way, because even for me, as she talks, I'm like, I wish I had had her before. So I'm really grateful, and she will continue talking, and probably in future, God willing, we shall bring other young people to be able to speak to the parents, right? I'll be here speaking for the parents. Maybe in future we also want to hear a parent, what they have to say, because things happen because we don't talk. Even in a family, the reason why things are happening is because we don't have time for each other. And as long as as much as you're busy, we understand families are busy, mothers are busy, fathers are busy. Remember, nobody can ever be delegated to nurturing your children. And as much as you're putting food on the table, it is not enough, because those children, if only you know how much they want to see that in your face, right? Mm-hmm. If only you can know how much they long in the evening to only see you, just seeing you means a lot. So being available is everything to these children. Whatever you have to do, just remember, time is of essence. Time with them is of essence. In fact, I normally say, if you stay for 2 days and a half without seeing your children, just know things are starting to fall apart. Even if you are in which profession, I would desire that parents live with their children. If it's inevitable, let's not assume that all is well, so that at any given time, at any opportune time, we can discourage the idea. Let it be so inevitable that we had no choice. But as long as you have a choice, don't deny yourself that privilege. So God bless you so much, and hope you enjoy.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.